Good morning, everyone. I'm Lavine from 11th grade, and today we're going to be doing a presentation about healthy and unhealthy lungs and impact of smoking on lungs. Why we chose this subject? Because it's very common today for teenagers and other people to smoke. So we want to spread awareness.
So today we're gonna show you what cigarettes do to your actual lungs. Yes, Lovie.
Okay, so what are lungs and their functions? Lungs are a vital organ. You might say, what is a vital organ? A vital organ is an organ that your body cannot survive without, such as heart, lungs, and brain. So today we're talking about lungs. My friend Barwar here, he's going to do an experiment on lungs. These are sheep lungs. They're not actual human lungs, but they're very similar to human lungs. We're going to do an experiment on them, how they work, how oxygen gets into them and carbon dioxide gets released. As you can see, they're two sponge-like organs. They're located in the chest, and we're going to blow air into them. Okay, bring it. Okay. As you can see, it's very squishy. Bring it, blow air into it. Okay.
So we're gonna show you now how lungs actually work in your body.
Their function is they release carbon dioxide, and when we breathe in, our lungs expand and we take in oxygen. Lungs are a primary organ in the respiratory system, and every cell in our body depends on lungs.
You have to get really in there to get the right position. If you're not in the right position, the air won't be able to go through the lungs.
As you can see, when he blows air into the lungs, they expand. This is called elasticity in the lungs, but unhealthy lungs don't have elasticity. These are healthy lungs. Unhealthy lungs are usually dark in these places. They're not light as this. This is now pink because these are healthy lungs, but a smoker's lung won't look like this. They're gonna look darker, and they're gonna have less elasticity. They're not gonna expand as much.
So how unhealthy lungs work? How healthy lungs work? Basically, the air goes through your nose or your mouth. When it goes down, it travels down from a place called trachea. Trachea goes down and goes into the lungs. Trachea is located under your jawline. When the oxygen passes into your blood, blood and carbon dioxide are released. So now we have cilia. Does anyone know what cilia is? Cilia is tiny hairs just like the hairs on our body. It basically prevents from dust and any dirty surfaces going into your lungs. It catches it, and by a process called mucus, it lets it out. It's like a spit substance. This captures the dirty substance and it lets it out, called mucus.
Okay, so my friend here talked about healthy lungs. If you're a smoker, I'm going to tell you what happens in your lungs. I'm going to tell you what happens in unhealthy lungs. So if you're a smoker, tar from cigarettes coats the alveoli, which makes it hard to breathe. We're going to do an experiment with this. These are an example of what happens when you smoke. I'm going to show you what tart is because you might be wondering.
I would like to show you an example of what Lavina is explaining. This is the results from one smoke. This normally happens in your lungs. It causes your lungs to go yellow. Over the years, this really gets bad for you. And if you keep on doing it, you're gonna go towards lung failure. Now, Lavina is gonna demonstrate how we got the results of this effect. So now we put it a cigarette on the top of the bottle, and we put it a cotton under it, and we made a small hole through the bottom, and we put air in it. So normally the smoke of it gets trapped in the bottle while the water runs out.
As you can see slowly, you can see the smoke in the bottle. This is what goes into your lungs. And the cotton slowly, the chemicals get released into the cotton. These are the chemicals that get released into your lungs. And cigarettes have thousands and thousands of chemicals. Nicotine is one of the main chemicals in a cigarette, and they're the most addictive. Nicotine is one of the most addictive chemicals in the industry.
So imagine this is your own lung, and this is when you smoke. Imagine this, how much smokes get trapped in your actual lungs. You can see here all the smoke is getting trapped inside the bottle while the water runs out.
Nicotine hits your brain in 10 seconds. It hits your brain even faster than alcohol and drugs. Okay, the cigarette is going to run out now, and I'll show you what happens in the cotton here. And as you can see, this bottle is filled with smoke.
As you can see here, the piece of cotton I showed you is identical to the one we did right now. This basically has the effect of the cigarette. So imagine that being your lung, and your lung getting this much effect from only one cigarette. So imagine smoking a pack of cigarettes in one day.
Okay, so when you smoke, this gets into your lungs. It damages the cilia and destroys it, paralyzes it. So mucus builds up in our chest, in our lungs. Means it's like a heavy weight on our lungs. They can't function properly.
The more mucus you let out, the better your lungs are actually working. So now we have addiction and why people cannot stop smoking. The reason why people cannot stop. We have 5 reasons: nicotine, cravings, hormones, habits, and side effects. Nicotine is the main chemical substance in a cigarette. Nicotine normally makes addiction. The second one, we have hormones. It's the cause of addiction. Basically, there's a special hormone in our body called dopamine. Dopamine is released to your brain and makes you feel good, like from a cigarette, makes you feel good. While you smoke it, it keeps on making you want to smoke more and more. The third one, we have cravings. From my perspective, cravings are the most hardest one to accomplish. Basically, cravings, when you're trying to quit smoking, cravings will lead you back to smoking again. You cannot control yourself. It happens automatically. So basically, it means when you're trying to quit, you get cravings, and you cannot stop yourself from lighting up a cigarette. The fourth one, we have habits. Over the time, habits become an addiction. If you smoke to test it or see how it works, or you want to impress your friends, it normally leads to addiction. And the other one is side effects. We have many side effects, but the most important ones are anger, depression, and anxiety. This happens because if you quit smoking, it normally leads you to anger or anxiety or depression. Diseases and caused by unhealthy lungs. We have 3 diseases, the most important ones. We have lung cancer and emphysema and popcorn lung. The first one is lung cancer. Is one of the most diagnosed cancers there are. Lung cancer is spread wide over countries. This normally happens because of the tobacco smoke. Tobacco smoke normally leads to lung cancer. The symptoms, basically, before you get lung cancers, there are normally symptoms. Symptoms are when you experience, like when your body gives you a warning to your going leads to lung cancer or emphysema. The symptoms of lung cancers are coughing with blood and shortness of breath. You can sometimes, you guys smokers, you can see that you guys have shortness of breathing. Like if we compare your lung to a normal lung, it's not the same because you try to breathe harder, while a healthier lung, it breathes perfectly fine. Emphysema. Emphysema causes inflammation and swelling. There's a wall in our lungs. It's called alveoli. This alveoli, which is the wall of the lung, it causes a swelling, so it makes it space less tight. So basically, your lungs get more squished. They get smaller by the time. The symptoms are shortness of breathing. We have third disease. You have probably not heard of this disease before because it's not common. It's rare to find in human beings. It's called popcorn lungs, known as bronchiolitis. You may think, what are popcorn lungs? That's a weird name to give a disease. We have why is it called popcorn lung? I'll explain it to you why it means popcorn lungs. When the first disease ever happened, it happened in a factory that produced popcorn. And the workers there are the first human beings that actually were affected by this disease. So we have symptoms. We have three symptoms, are dry cough and shortness of breathing and fatigue. These are the three main symptoms of this disease. Cases in inhaling harmful chemicals. We have this chemical substance in two special things we use, in a vape and also in a popcorn. They use that chemical substance in a popcorn to give it its flavor. And they also use it in a vape to give it the flavor of the vape. So normally there's the same function where you can find it in a popcorn and in a vape. Now we have...
Okay, so you might be thinking, what is this device? This device is an exercise device for the lungs. It's called spirometer. A spirometer is a medical device used to measure how much the lungs expand, mostly used by doctors. It is used in medical services to test the lung function and to test people if they have asthma or other respiratory conditions.
So basically we have two methods you can make your lung healthier. We have an activity to show you later, but we also have a device to make your lung healthier. So basically, if you don't have this device, you can also do an activity we will be performing later.
Even if you're not the one smoking, that smoke contains about 70,000 chemicals, and hundreds of those are toxic, and about 70 of those chemicals are known to cause cancer.
So basically, it means even if you're not smoking yourself, but you're surrounded with people who actually smoke, it's the same results as you smoking. So try to be not near with the people who actually smoke.
Okay, the third one is to exercise. Exercise is healthy in general for your body. It improves heart and lungs, and it is better for immunity, and it reduces stress and anxiety. So it's like swimming, running, and walking. And later on, I'm going to show you an exercise to strengthen especially your lung muscles. The fourth one is to eat healthy, such as vegetables, carrots, apples, like that, because they contain vitamins, and those vitamins are going to repair your damaged cilia, the paralyzed cilia in your lungs. And the fifth one is vaccine. Some people get vaccine, but it isn't very common here. Some people get vaccine to protect their lungs. Okay, so we have our teacher here. Seda, can you sit up with your spine straight? And بس بناخد بنبقى. Only breathe in through your nose. And breathe in for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 6 ثانية بناخد بناخد بنجرفة. And 6 ثانية بهلاد نفضة. Push 7 ثانية تترخي.
And you're only gonna let that breathing out through your mouth, not
only.
through your nose.
Okay, so my teacher here, he's gonna sit up with his spine straight, and he's gonna only breathe in through his nose for 3 seconds. He's gonna hold it in for 6 seconds, and he's gonna breathe out for 7 seconds. This exercise is to strengthen your lung muscles. Say that again. Galaxy Plus.
Hello everyone, my name is Saz. I'm from the Jihan school. So usually, of course, we have simple bins everywhere, like school, office, all public places, right? But they have like a hidden issue in them. Like you never know, there's no way of them communicating with you whether the bin is all the way full or empty. And also you have to use your hands or, use your hands to open and close and get germs all over your hands. This caused a very dyshygienic problem. So I made this smart bin with the help of my teacher, Ms. Suzanne, in the physics lab, of course by the big help of Mr. Sliman also. So now I'm gonna show you guys how this works and how we made that. So this smart bin is just not like a normal bin, it's a sensory electrical bin. It works by the sense of your hands, just like this. You don't have to touch it or with your hands or your foot or anything. It's way more hygienic and cleaner. So we're first gonna talk about the parts. First, we have the Arduino. It's just like we call the brain of the bin, which this is used for programming and coding. This talk about programming means by we can program for how long for it to stay opened and closed. For example, we programmed it to stay open for about 3 seconds, which you can program into different ways. And then we have the buzzer. The buzzer makes that beeping sound as you hear right now. And also we have ultrasonic sensors. We have 2 ultrasonic sensors. This one detects the movement or the motion of the hand or whatever it is, of the user. And we have one here on the beneath of the lid, which detects how full the bin is. And then we have the main power source, which is the battery. It's connected to the Arduino by the switch, which can shut down the whole smart bin, right? And then we have the motor. The motor opens and closes the lid. So then last but not least, we have the LED light. So this LED light tells and detects how full the bin is. If it's empty, halfway full, or all the way full. Okay, now we don't have anything in the smart bin, right? So that means it's empty. The light is gonna be green. This is a signal, a way of communication. And if we add more trash, so it needs to be exactly even, like halfway full for it to become, for the light to become blue. But maybe because it's not exactly halfway full, that's why the light doesn't turn blue. Look. Okay, we're gonna put one more in. Okay, it's not getting halfway full. So we're just gonna put more. More? Okay, it turns red, which means it's all the way full and you just have to take it out. But I don't know why it's not turning blue, because it's not getting exactly halfway full, so that's why. Maybe it's gonna work now. But, okay. So the benefits of this project is that it's more hygienic. You don't have to use your hands to open and close it. And it's also, look, it turned green, blue. It means it's halfway full. And it's good for hygienic stuff, and which to not get your germs of the bin all over your hands. And it's if you guys like support me from all the Jihan stuff, we can also open a business with this to make real ones out of this, because this is just the model, and by the help of you guys we can make a real one and make a business out of it and sell it.
Did you one time ask yourself, if you go on a vacation, how are you gonna water your plants? Hi everyone, my name is Mariam. Today I'm gonna tell you how to water your plants more easily. So we all face problems when we want to water our planet. For example, you have farms, gardens. So today I made this project called Sensitivity of Water. My project, I used 2 batteries, 1 red light. So it tells me if the sand is wet or dry. So when the red light appears, the sand is dry. But when the green light appears, it tells me that the sand is wet.
Sorry, Mariam. Students, please try to give your attention, okay? Can you just give the attention? Please, okay? Yes, please, go on.
When the green light appears, it tells me the sand is wet and does not need water anymore. And from the bottom, I have motor, Arduino Uno, which codes in, and my teacher puts codes in it. And I have sensor, which is the most important thing. We put the sensor inside the sand, so it tells us if the sand is wet or dry. Now I'm gonna turn on. So conclusion, the benefits of this project is, as you know, for some sands and for some planets, we need for them a specific amount of water. So this one, it gives us a specific amount of water. And or if you go on a vacation and you don't have anyone at home, you can do this project. You can also process it by your phone. And there's no need to spend a lot of money monthly. For example, to go and tell somebody to go to your farm and give it water and be there for 3-4 days for only giving water for your plants. So this is a good idea, and we can finally use it in Kurdistan, and it's not that expensive. Me, myself, I use this project at our house. We use it by the time. We tell the machine to work at مثلا, for example, at 7.5, and it worked for 30 minutes. So now our project is about simple wind turbines with the smart parking. I have a simple question for you. Does anyone know from where do we get the electrical energy? The electrical energy. Does anyone know from where do we get it? Okay. We have 4 methods to get the electrical energy: water, solar system, wind, and magnetism. We generally, in Kurdistan, we get the electrical energy from where? From the water that comes from the Turkey. But today, me and my friends changed the idea to get the electrical energy from the wind. As Swisra and Swede do. They get their electrical energy from the wind. In Kurdistan, actually, it's hard to get the electrical energy because, as you know, the weather is not constant. It changes. We have 4 seasons, and it changes, and the wind also is not constant. But they're trying to find some special places to do this project as Barzan. Now, in Barzan, we have this. They get the electrical energy by this simple wind. Now, I'm going to leave you with my friends.
Abdurrahman, Ruya, and Fakhar. They will explain it to you practically.
So we made this simple wind turbine. It's composed of this turbine and it's connected to this motor. This motor produces mechanical energy and converts it to electrical energy. And it's passed by these wires and they lead to these LEDs. So from this simple wind, okay, you can use this fair. Sorry. So basically, this is the idea of it. We use the wind to get electrical energy, and that's it. Thank you.
Okay, so as you guys know, we have a lot of parking places in here in Kurdistan, but they're not smart places parking. So we just have simple and traditional parking places. If you're using one of the simple or traditional parking places, you're gonna face a lot of problems. For example, the first one, security. If the security is not good enough, you're gonna face a lot of problems. The second one, you will waste a lot of time. For example, have you ever been late to your work and you just want to park quickly, but you don't know which place is empty, or you don't even know if there's any extra places. So it directly makes you to spend more time. The third one is spending money. Of course, if you have security, you have to make them monthly salary. So you have to pay them. It's another negative side of this simple parking places. But now in Jihan International School, The Hook, me with my friends and my physics teacher, Suzanne Abdullah, we find solution for this problem. We made project, which is smart parking place. As you guys can see here, we have screen. This screen is gonna tell you if you have any extra place in the park. And here we have motor. This motor is either gonna let you in or not gonna let you in. As long as there's any extra place in park, the motor is gonna open, the gate is gonna open and let you in. But if there's no extra place, the gate will not open and not gonna let you in. And now my friend Fakhar is gonna explain it in practically. Thank you.
Okay, so as my friend Roya mentioned the benefits and the main points of having a developed parking system, here guys I'm gonna show you what's this parking system made up of and composed of. Okay, so here we have an Arduino chip. This chip has different codes. Each code, like with each idea you have in your mind, you can use a different code. Here we have this Arduino device I told you with a screen and a gate with sensors. These sensors, the gate sensor, when a car comes close to the sensor, the gate will open. And when a car goes inside the space, wait for the gate to close, it will tell you number 6, the space number 6, there is a car inside there, so you can't go in there. We have 3 more parking places, it will tell you here, 3 more, and another car will come next to the sensor, goes inside, put them all in. If we put them all in, and another car approaches the sensor next to the gate won't open. Why? Because the garage is full and no cars can enter. But if you take off a car, it will open. And thank you for your attendance.
This is our Arjun. The Arjun has codes inside it, and the codes are made by me and my teacher, Miss Suzanne. Here we have a buzzer. The buzzer is for the sun connection so we can get power. And the battery is for the power connection to make it go on and off. And the switch turn on and off so it can be on and off. And here on top of it, we have the raindrop model sensitivity. It's like when you drop raindrops on when it's raining. Like it's raining, my clothes will go inside, so they won't be wet. But when it's not raining, you see, the clothes went back outside. The benefit of this project is it's like when you are asleep or at school or at work and it's raining, do not fear anything because you have built a raindrop sensitivity system. And this system is used in many countries like Germany and Africa and Armenia. And also, all we need to do is, as I told you, the Arduino has codes inside it. You need to make codes to put inside the Arduino to make it work. And the buzzer is for the sun connection. The sun connection gives us battery, and we need battery to have power. And here we have a battery. The battery is for the connection and the power. And as you can see on the top, we have a raindrop model sensitivity. Do not forget the last part. If we want to make it spin, we will have to use a motor so it can spin and work properly. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Rassan. I'm from grade 5 and today we had prepared a presentation about BMI, which stands for Body Mass Index. What is BMI and what is the relationship between BMI and math? If you had ever wondered what BMI is, you're going to find out. Body Mass Index is an easy way to see if your weight is healthy for your height. It's a mathematical formula used to estimate somebody's body fat based on their height and weight. By that, we know that height and weight is very important for BMI. Simple calculation formula. To calculate your BMI, you only have to divide your weight in kilograms by your height in meters squared. It's a simple and quick way to check your health. Importance to public health. Why is BMI important to our health? BMI helps us learn about our health. It lets researchers and leaders track obesity trends and develop better health strategies. Steps to calculate BMI. These are the steps to calculate your BMI. First, you have to measure your weight in kilograms, of course, and measure your height in meters squared. In this picture, we can see the mathematical formula for BMI, which is BMI equals to weight kilograms divided by height in meters squared. After you have done that mathematical formula, you would get a set of numbers. And that number is your BMI. If your BMI is less than 18.5, you are underweight, which is bad for your health. You have to gain some weight or go visit a doctor. If your BMI is in the range of 18.5 to 24.9, you are normal weight, which is very healthy. You should not gain or lose some weight. If your BMI is more than 25, you are overweight, which is very risky and can cause to some fatal deaths. You have to go visit the doctor or lose some weight by going to the gym or get a healthy diet. Conclusion. BMI is a quick and easy way to see if your weight is in healthy range for your height. It's a helpful starting point, but remember, true health is more than just a number. Then we are going to go to this, take out your phone and put the camera on. Then you will scan this QR code. You will be granted to a website which is just calculating your BMI, but in technology. After that, if you are on US units, you should click on metric units, which is centimeter and kilograms. You have to enter your age and your gender. Then you have to enter your height and your weight. Then you will click calculate, and you will see your BMI.
Hey guys, it's me Anahit. I'm from grade 10 and I'm going to show you a really nice scientific research that we made in this science physics part, but for physics.
Can you please stay silent so you can hear what she's saying and explaining?
If you ever want to get laser hair removal, keep in mind that not everybody's skin type is the same, and the laser power intensity might differ from one person to another. So the laser power is actually very important to know before you get any laser, any type of laser. Because, for example, if you don't know your laser hair removal power, you might get severe burns if the laser power is too high. And when you go to a laser clinic, they might give you a laser power that is too high for your skin that will cause the severe burns, which will end up in you going to hospital or getting a second-degree burn or even worse. So, but on the other hand, if the laser power is too low, you might get like for example, if your laser power is 12 and they give you a laser power of 4, then the laser won't work correctly, and then you'll end up in going for more sessions, which will end up in you costing more money and paying more money and your time, which will waste your money and also your time. So, to solve this problem, me and my teacher, Ms. Suzanne, made a program that will help you find your exact laser power according to your skin type, which can help you during this process of getting laser and not getting burnt or anything. As you can see, this is a model of your skin, which this one is before any hair removal, laser hair removal, and this is after laser hair removal, which can, as you can see, what's the difference? As you can see, this one is connected to the blood vessels. The hair follicle is connected to blood vessels, and this one is not, which means this hair follicle is healthy and without any problem. But this one is damaged and not okay. So when the laser, why is that? When the laser hits the skin, it heats up the melanin inside the epidermis and the hair follicle, which ends up in damaging the hair follicles and the skin and the hair not growing back. What is melanin? Melanin is a pigment in the epidermis, the top of the skin, and the hairs, which give it color. So, let me, as you understand how the laser works on the skin, let me tell you more about our program and how it works, so you know what's your exact laser power. As you can see, we have a device that will take a picture of your skin, and then we're going to, as you can see, this one is, and these dots are its hairs, the hairs that it detected, and then we're going to add this hair to the program that we made. Let's wait. As you can see, this is the program. We gave it some codes that I made with the help of my teacher. This is the laser power that I said it can be changed and according to your skin type. And this is the damage threshold on how much damage it made. And this is the tissue density, specific heat capacity. We made this program by the specific heat capacity. So, and this is the spot size on, let me show you. This is the spot, as you can see right here, which is the size of the laser when you point it to the skin. And this is the pulse duration, which is 0.05, the number of impulses that is produced by a millisecond. We need it to be 0.05. So we can change the laser power and the tissue and the specific heat capacity, actually the tissue density, the temperature of the skin. So this is the sample image that we added to the program, and this is how many hairs the laser detected before the thing, before the laser, and this is how many hairs it eliminated. The red means it eliminated no hair, almost no hair. And if the dots turn green, it means it deleted all of the hair, eliminated all of the hair. So we're gonna change the laser power to maybe 20. Let's try 20 and see if it works for this person. Let's see. Then we are gonna turn start. Let's see. As you can see, this one is how many hairs it detected. There are 150 hairs. It detected 146 actually. And this is how many hairs that turned green and it eliminated. So the results, what are the results? The temperature raised above 121 degrees. And let me tell you that if the skin temperature rises above the 75 degrees, the hand will burn badly and would cause severe problems. So as you can see, this one raised above the 75 degrees mark Celsius, and the hairs remaining are 0, which means it eliminated all of the hair, but you got burned. So like that's not what we want and not our purpose. So let's change the laser power to maybe like something less, maybe to like 4 something. Let's try that. Let's click start and let's find out if that's the exact power this person needs. So the temperature raised above 24 degrees, which you didn't get burned. That's a good thing actually. And how many hairs are remaining? 146, the same hairs that it detected before. So no hairs got burnt and no hair damage was done. And the spots turned red. So this one is not the exact laser power for this person. Let's maybe try a different laser power. Maybe like a 12 or an 11. Let's try 11 and see. Okay, that's 12, it's fine. Okay, this is how many again hairs detected. All of the dots turned green, that's a good thing. Hairs remaining are 0, and the temperature raised above the 75 degrees, which is below the 75 degrees Celsius. Didn't get burned. And what is this person's exact laser power? It's the laser power of 12. So when he knows when he goes to maybe a laser clinic or when he does this laser at home, he will know that his exact laser power is 12, and then not get burned or anything. So what are the benefits of this program that we made with the help of my teacher, Ms. Suzanne? So it is to know your exact laser power and your skin properties, so that when you go to a laser clinic, you won't get burnt or you won't get any scammed or anything. You won't waste money or your time. So, or even if you do it at home, so you don't end up causing any problem and burning yourself. So this is my project, and hope you guys liked it, and thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Tara Ari and I'm in Jihan International School in The Hook. So today me and my friend Roya, we make a simple machine that can fix all your problems, your daily routine problems. So mine, it's about medical physics that can sometimes you have problem to know your heart breaks or blood pressure, but it's like the way that you go there, it's far away from you. So today we make a solution for this every problems. This machine is for using your heart break and knowing your blood pressure. It's very simple. So this machine is contained by small battery, as you can see, battery and resistance and small circuit, screen, and a button that you can turn it on and off. The benefit of it that it's make your work easily. You can go out and come and know your heart rate and blood pressure very easily, and it's much cheaper than another expensive device or machine, and you can make business for it. Like when you can see, it's turning on like this. You can put your left finger in here and you can know your heartbeats and blood pressure very well. Now my friend Roya gonna explain her project.
Hi, I'm Roya. As my friend mentioned, my project is also about medical physics, but mine is different. Mine is medical physics vibration, which makes vibration for the human's body. And it also relieves the muscles pain. Okay, how did we make this project? First, here we have screen, and here we have small circuit, as you guys can see, and here we have Arduino. Here we have two buttons. As we press this one, the level of vibration will increase. As we press this one, the level of vibration will decrease. Okay, so what's the benefit of this project? As you guys can see here, it's a small machine that you can take with us everywhere that we go. And it's also, as I mentioned, it relieves the muscles pain. It's like, it's home treatment machine. If you want, you can test it.
And today I have two projects that I'm going to explain, which are physics. First, I am going to explain the smart car. This smart car, me and my teacher Suzanne have made it. It's a smart car. It's very good for kids, and people can make it easily. This is how you can make it. First, you will add a battery pack with 4 batteries, and then you will add a switch to turn it on and off. And then you will have a sensor which connects to the remote, like this. And then on the bottom, we have 2 motors which controls the wheels. So, in conclusion, this is very good for kids, which is smart and enjoyable, and we can make it very easily. And it's more cheaper than other cars that we buy it from countries like Turkey, Iraq, and even some countries can get this idea and make it into popular. Next, I'll go on with the next project, which is about security. You know how in malls, hospitals, schools, companies, etc., they have securities which are humans. Sometimes at night they can fall asleep or get dizzy and a thief can come in and cause trouble, or they pay a lot to people so they can come in. I have solved this problem by making a system. First, we need a power bank to connect to the Arduino, and then add wires to this ultrasonic sensor which can detect something to there. When something gets near to it, this buzzer will make a sound and this light will turn into red. That means this is very good, and in conclusion, this doesn't fall asleep, it's continuous, and it can see and go a lot of a distance. And I think that's it. Thank you for your attention.
So hey, it's us again. This is Anahit, and this is
Barwar.
We have 2 really cool reactions for you guys, which are pretty cool. And first, let me tell you more about it on the presentation, the practical part, and then let's get into the fun part. So, next slide, please. The first reaction is the redox reaction of hydrogen peroxide with copper sulfate and potassium iodide. So let's see, what chemicals does it contain? It contains 3 chemicals, which is hydrogen peroxide, potassium iodide, and copper sulfate. So what happens in this reaction, you might ask? So when copper sulfate, which is blue, and potassium iodide, which is white, are mixed together and then added to hydrogen peroxide, they react and produce a pink or purple smoke, which can look like that. And the solution of this reaction can give off heat, which can be really hot to the touch, and you cannot touch it by bare hands. You need protection. And this reaction is called a redox reaction, which the pink smoke that you actually see is not actual smoke, and it's iodide gas. It can be really dangerous if not handled correctly, but we know what we're doing. So now I'm going to pass it to my friend here, which is going to walk through about the other reaction here.
This reaction is very similar to the one Anahit said, but we have some different chemical substances. We have redox reaction of potassium permanganate and hydrogen peroxide. Next slide. It contains 2 chemical substances only, hydrogen peroxide and potassium permanganate. When potassium permanganate is mixed with hydrogen peroxide, the purple color, it loses its color. This happens because the purple color loses and becomes something entirely new. This happens because the bubble starts to form, and these bubbles are called oxygen gas. Oxygen gas are normally used for cleaning and disinfecting. Our mixture becomes a little bit warm because it gives off heat. We have three beneficial uses of this reaction: cleaning and disinfecting, and removing bad smells, and breaking down harmful things in water. Cleaning and disinfecting, basically, it produces oxygen gas. So oxygen gas, it will break down the germs that are in the substance you're using for. Removing bad smells. This reaction, normally you can use it to remove bad odors in the room, or can be used for anything, for air and water. Removing harmful things in water. It can also be used to remove or kill the bacteria or any harmful thing that is in the water. So now we're gonna present you how this reaction actually works.
Let's get into the fun part. So we added hydrogen peroxide to both of the containers, and I mixed the copper sulfate and potassium iodide into this container, this bowl. And
here we have potassium permanganate.
As you can see, and the thing is really hot. You cannot touch it by your hands. Okay, so.
Thank you everyone for listening.
جرقادی است تارا آری افرو که بابت من دل سر زمان و دیالکتن کردی بیتن بلکه گله بویا جه بسیاره که اف زمانم بتاق وینش کیوه هاتیه اف لافلگرنا تشتاش کیوه هاتیه ام دست بگه پناسه که بدین زمان چیه زمان اگر پیوندیت نف بین دو کسان دا او گرنگترین امراضه آنگو انیگم بجین نکه دو کس داغون او بتاغون بجن زمان کو دنیا دان جهان دا پتری صداهان زمانان هنه و روش بو روژه گلک زمان پشت کون برو باجی گلک جی پشت کون ام به این بحثی مجو زمان کردی بگین کرد یانجی نتوه کرد زمان خویشرین و دیروکی هیا او جی کو زمان کردیه روح نوه الدیف مجونویسا و زمان ناسا جهند هاتیه کو بجین ادب کردی هاتیه گل بچونن هندک مجونویسا اد بجن کو زمان مادی هاتیه رزبندی زمان کردی جیهان دا من زیکی 7000 زمانان هنه و دلخوشی و زمان کردی رزبندی 5 هدهتن اوجی چولی که دلخوشگره بو نفش کردی جبلی هندجی 164 زمان هنه کود بنا اگر پرترترین پیوانجی دولمندترین زمان جیهان نگو پرترترین پیفهبن و زمان کردی من دب هندی اوجی کبرزه هشته دهتن اوجی دل خوشکر نبواند اگه ورد بینن آنکو اوج چیه بله پا گلک پیو و گلک ناف جیجه چن آنجی گیلاندک آخفتن کردن زمان کردیه ما زمان کردی دار بگیش دنیای نزدیکی 20 میلیون کسان هنه بزمان کردی باغون الجهه باشوری آنجی همشن بیجین نکمه 7 میلیون کس بزمان کردی داغون الجهه باکور کردستان 10 میلیون کس الجهه روش حالاتی جی 3 میلیون کس و بگیش دنیای جی نزدیکی 1 میلیون کسان داغون شوی نویسین زمان کردی بدو شوان دهتن نویسین او جیان پیتن عربی یا جیان لاتینی دیالکتن زمان کردی و گمزانین سر 4 پارچن یه دابش بوی لو دیالکتن زمان کردی جید بنا گلک و بنا بس با 4 شوان یت سرکینه جوانا جی دیالکتا کرمانجیا باکور یا کرمانجیا باشور یا گورانی هر واسا کرمانجیا دی دیالکتین کرمانجیا با کورج یخت هنگد بینن اونک او بدولمندترین دیالکتا و اکمین روزنامه در کفتی جیب دیالکتا کرمانجیا با کور هات بنویسین و کینگ بینن بهدینی و شمدینی و هکاری و بوتانی و گلگین دینجی دیالکتا دیو داجی دیالکتا کرمانجیا نواراسته همشین بجین کرمانجیا سورانی اب دوامین زراف دهدن کوی بناودنگه او جیش چند پارچان پکتد و کیسلمانی و سورانی و اردلانی و گرمیانی پشتی هنگه دیالکتا کرمانجیا با کرد هتن او جی کویامه او جیل دی فند گلک زمانان و گلک یکدام خواد گرید او جی شوانا لوری و راسن و ممسانینه الدیف و داجی میا هی دیالکتا گورانیه او جی وکی هر دیالکتن دی گلک ارکام خواد گریدن جوانا جی زازاکی و هورمانی